All right, the festive season is here, and that means trying to figure out holiday travel, right? If you're planning on using Southern Railway this Christmas, you've probably seen signs like these popping up. So, what on earth do they actually mean for your journey? Let's break it all down.
And here it is. Yeah, I know. At first glance, it just looks like a whole jumble of dates and colors. But trust me, this sign is basically our map. It has all the info we need to make sure you don't get stranded on a cold platform. Our whole goal here is to make this super clear so you can just focus on enjoying the holidays.
So let's get down to it. What do all these different colors and warnings actually mean for your trip? Instead of you having to squint at this on a busy platform, we're just going to walk through it day by day so you can plan ahead. And we'll start with the biggest changes, the ones right around Christmas Day itself.
Okay, this is the main event. This is the period with the most dramatic changes. And it actually kicks off the day before Christmas. So let's look at exactly what's happening.
First up, Christmas Eve, December 24th. The service is called amended, but here's the key thing you need to know. Everything is finishing way earlier than usual. The plan is to have all trains stopped and at their final destination by 9 p.m. So if you're thinking about any last-minute evening travel, you've got to get it done well before then.
Now, for Christmas Day, December 25th, the message really couldn't be any simpler. There are absolutely no Southern train services running. Period. None.
That's right, zero. A big fat zero. The entire network just comes to a complete standstill. So please, whatever you do, do not plan on trying to catch a train to your Christmas dinner, because it's not gonna happen.
Okay, on Boxing Day, the 26th, things do start to move again, but just barely. A very limited service will be running on some routes, and it's mostly focused on lines going to and from London Victoria. The big takeaway here is, just because some trains are running, it absolutely does not mean your train is running. You have to check.
So, what happens after the main Christmas days are over? You know, in that weird week leading up to New Year's? Well, things definitely don't just snap back to normal. We're still dealing with an amended schedule, and as you can see right here, from the 27th all the way through to the 30th, and then again on New Year's Day, the service is still amended, and the reason is the same: ongoing engineering work on some of the routes. This is pretty much the theme for the whole holiday period.
All right, let's talk about New Year's. Whether you're heading out to a party or maybe traveling home the next day, you are going to need a plan, because the service is still not back to its usual self.
Listen up, because this is super important. On New Year's Eve, the 31st, we've got yet another amended service, and the sign gives a very specific warning for this day. You have to know the time of your last train home. Seriously, you do not want to be the one stranded after midnight because you just assumed the trains would be running late. Check that last train time before you even head out.
Now, from January 2nd, things start to look a bit more like a normal service, but don't get too comfortable. That pesky engineering work is still happening in the background. That means you could still run into last-minute changes or even rail replacement buses on certain lines. We're not totally out of the woods just yet. So, I know what you're probably thinking. Why? Why do all of this during one of the busiest travel times of the year? It seems a bit crazy, right? Well, it's not random. There's actually a really big reason behind it, and it's all about using this quieter time for some major upgrades.
This timeline really lays it out. The big engineering projects kick off on Christmas Day, when the network is shut anyway, and they run straight through to January 4th. The planners do this on purpose. With far fewer people commuting, they can get massive jobs done with a lot less chaos than if they tried this during a normal work week.
And where exactly is this work happening? Well, the sign points to two key areas. First, between South Bermondsey and London Bridge, where you'll see buses replacing trains. And it's also going to be affecting the lines between London Victoria and Clapham Junction. So if your journey touches any of these spots, you're almost certainly going to be affected.
Okay, we've gone through all the dates, the warnings, the reasons why. It's a lot to take in, I know. But if you take away just one single thing from all of this, let it be this next point. This is the most important one.
Check before you travel, every single time. Things can change. This sign is a great guide, but the real-time, up-to-the-minute information is always going to be online. Go to southernrailway.com, or even easier, just scan that QR code on the sign with your phone. That is going to be your single source of truth for your journey on that specific day.
So there you have it. With just a little bit of planning, you can totally navigate all these festive changes without the stress. All the info is there. You just need to remember to check before you head out. So now you're prepared. Travel safe, have an amazing holiday, and enjoy the journey wherever it takes you.